Okay, how's everybody doing this evening? Back behind the iPhone. Took a little bit of a break from being outside because it's been rainy and cold here in San Diego, so I thought I'd do a few of my videos behind the computer, but I'm back behind the iPhone. On Carlsbad, actually this is State Street, so it's one of the primary streets in Carlsbad, a real nice little street. But of course my name is Kent and the channel is EOS San Diego, and I want to talk a little bit tonight about the EOS opportunity. I think one of the greatest wealth multipliers in the history of the world. And I know when I say stuff like that, people sometimes think I over exaggerate, or maybe I'm a little bit too much, a little too bullish, as in calling for $100 EOS. A lot of people think that I'm a little excited, but I've got reasons for being excited. And I'm gonna talk a little bit about it tonight. I think, as I said it previously, I think it's one of the greatest wealth multipliers in the history of the world. And I'll tell you why. Because this is probably the first time in the history of the world that there's been some sort of worldwide platform that something can be built on. Not only a worldwide platform, something that could be built on, but a digital worldwide platform, something can be built on. There's been a lot of things throughout the history of the world to make money with. There's been opportunities to mine, there's been opportunities to do a lot of things, but there's never been a way for people to do something all around the world and be able to come together on one platform as we're doing with the blockchain. And that's why I think it's one of the greatest opportunities in the history of the world. Not only that, there's a lot of people that are starting to recognize this. I talked a little bit the other night about Jack Dorsey, the guy that founded Twitter, talking about how he believes blockchain is going to be a reserve currency, basically worldwide currency. Security and Exchange Commission, the commissioners are talking about how the ETFs for Bitcoin are going to start trading. So you've got a lot of people recognizing the potential with the blockchain. A lot of people. So now you have the one blockchain that scales to all this activity, more so than anything else. The one blockchain that can really handle all the activity that's going to need for it to be as big as we think it's going to be, as big as I think it's going to be. You may not think so, but I think so, and I'm willing to say it here on video tonight. I think it's going to be one of the greatest investments in the history of the world, because this is unique to the world, and this is something that's very special, and this is something that's never been done before. And there's opportunities here that are unbelievable. The way people get rich in this world, and I think most of the people that have gotten really, really wealthy, they have a way of being able to go public. They have a way of being able to get other people to bring money to the table. For instance, if you're, I'll just give a for instance, somebody throws somebody out there. I mean, talk a little bit about Jeff Bezos, but Bezos got wealthy not because he sold stuff on the internet. I mean, there's a lot of people selling stuff on the internet. I sold stuff on the internet. Bezos got wealthy because he was able to take his idea and turn it into a public offering and have people invest in it. And then he was also an early investor in Google, which didn't hurt his opportunity to make wealth. But being able to get all those investors and be able to sell a piece of his company and get the public now to make his stock more valuable, which makes him very, very wealthy. This is an opportunity. This is the way a lot of people have made money. Bezos, one of them. Everybody that's got a publicly traded company that got started in the early days of the tech boom made a lot of money, including who's the guy on Shark Tank? Can't think of where he is right now. The guy that took internet to the radio. I can't think of who he is right now. I've talked a little bit about him on this channel before. Mark Cuban. You know, he made a lot of money, not because he had a great idea, had a bad idea. Like, his idea flopped not much after Yahoo bought it. But he made a lot of money because he took it to the public, and the public was able to buy up the shares, bid up, and then he dumped a lot of his shares right away. But what he was able to do is he was able to spread the idea over a lot of people and have people be able to bid up that idea, the idea of that. This is something going on right now, and it's going on the blockchain. It's going on with the ICOs, it's going on with the airdrops and the air grabs. The ability to get somebody else's idea, have an interest in it, then that idea be funded and have it be so everybody can get some interest in it. Now you've got that on a scale of the blockchain, and you not only have it on a scale of blockchain, you got anybody that can come up with an idea, that can build it, and you're going to have a little interest in it by owning the EOS token. This is an incredible opportunity. So this is an incredible way for these ideas to get out and get people to fund them. Not to mention the fact that the platform has so much versatility, so much versatility, so many ideas, including decentralized exchanges where ideas can get traded, airdrops can get traded, ICOs can get traded. They can get traded on an independent exchange on the internet, and basically without anybody knowing their customer, know your customer. So this is an incredible opportunity, an incredible investment in my opinion. And right now, I think that investment's pretty low. I think the idea of buying EOS down around $2 is incredible. And like I say on this, I've said on this video before, you'll be one of the few to be able to say so in a few years, that I got EOS below $3. I got EOS below $10. I got EOS below $15. But I think we really need to recognize how big this opportunity can be. And I know I talk about this, I know we're early, and I know there's a lot of people that are skeptical, but I also know that when I sit there and I see everything going on right now with EOS and all the opportunities being developed, not to mention some of the stuff that is coming out very soon that I know about, more exchanges, more ideas, more creativity, including our application, including the challenged app. I mean, we've originally rolled this out as a gym challenge, but it's turning into a lot more than that, and we're working on that. This is literally a time and space application where you can challenge anybody for anything that they do, as long as it requires being someplace at a certain time, and being someplace at a certain time, and being someplace at a certain specific location. That's a geolocation application that we're going to start running, that we are running right now through the App Store. Although we're limiting it right now to a gym application, we are expanding it right now. In fact, we are working on that very hard to expand it to multiple ways of creating challenges, including a new user interface. So we're building. A lot of people are building. A lot of ideas going on here. A lot of activities, and this is where it's going. This is, like I say, one of the few ways that I've ever seen so many people in so many places around the world be able to come together on one platform and not have something be isolated. You know, a lot of times things take off in the world. Maybe a certain area, they discover gold. A certain part of the world, they discover oil. I know up in North Dakota here a few years ago, they discovered the oil shell, whatever they call it, where they were literally, there wasn't oil in the ground, but they were able to mine it somehow from the shale, I think. Not a mineral expert, but somehow they were able to extract oil out of the shale or some sort of the part of the rock. That was a big boom. I mean, North Dakota took off. I remember I was watching videos on truckers that would go up to North Dakota, and they were making $150,000, $200,000 a year driving semi up in North Dakota because of the big boom up there. So you get areas of the world, other places in the world, things happen. People make a lot of money, but this is the one opportunity where it's literally worldwide, and it's getting easier to develop, easier to build, and it gives everybody an opportunity. I think in the future, people are going to make money not by going and getting a job. They're going to make money by doing something like an Uber, an application that they're going to be able to do someplace, some way that they're going to be able to do something on the blockchain, on the internet, and you're not going to go out and get the traditional job. You're going to work for yourself, but you're going to work in some relationship to the blockchain, some relationship to the internet, some relationship to like what people do now. And if I stood here long enough, I'd see 2 or 3 Uber people go by and a couple of Lyft people. These are people that are working for themselves, but they're working through an application on the internet. This is going to be the way jobs happen in the future. This is the way things are going to happen in the future. This is why this is going to be a worldwide platform, and people are going to develop things that people will be able to do, and they'll be able to earn rewards for doing it. Like being at a certain place at a certain time and getting a reward for that. This is going to be the new future, new technology, and this is why I believe so strongly in what's going on the blockchain right now, and why I believe so strongly in what's going on with EOS, especially EOS, because all the intangibles are with EOS. All the things that blockchain needs to have are with EOS, and I think in the future you're going to be seeing some incredible things built, and I think you're going to see some incredible appreciations in tokens. My opinion only. but I got a pretty good feeling about it. I appreciate you watching. Thank you very much.